You know, sometimes nigga be having a little technical difficulty. You know what I mean? Sammy Hawkins, what's the word? Friday Night Live, Popovich, we about to kick it off. And how niggas be like, come on in. We don't be having a lot of people. We just do what we do. Yeah, everything is live. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. On a Friday. Best day. Blessed day. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, I deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you leave, before you exit to the left, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell. To everybody else, you already know how I do. You already know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another edition of Popovich TV, where what we talking about and we going live. We appreciate you. Friday the 13th, so it's a little spooky. It's a little shaky out there. Nonetheless, you still got paid. Nonetheless, the energy is still up. And we're going to do as we always do on a Friday night. Blessings to everybody here because you could not be here. So I'm fortunate. You know, Friday is also Jumu'ah. That's when you go get the spiritual armor back on to help you during the week, to help you during the month, to help you for whatever you might be going through. Because you just never know what somebody is going through psychologically. Now let's talk about the first topic, right? You know what I mean? Without the pleasantries out the way. Let's talk about the petty guy getting acquitted and on some whole shit. Jigga, Kelly, not guilty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Try to take me for my money and book me, but I'm not guilty. I just did the show on Hove, and we'll talk about him a little bit with the, you know, the new developments in that story with the allegations, etc. But anyway, we know Jordan Neely. If you don't know him, he was a frequent subway performer, as I like to say. Challenge, or some Bill Cosby shit, nigga. Challenge, and let me see what you could do. And apparently he was good at imitating Mike, right? Came on the subway one day acting crazy, and you know, the military dude ended up choking him out and offing him. You know what I'm saying? Got charged for it, etc. We see what's going on with the news, but first, before I even dive deeper into it, what I want to say is obviously it's the elephant in the room where, you know, one is black, one is white. You know what I mean? It's that element. You can't escape, you know what I mean, that the hat is white, matching shining with the, you know what I mean, with the baby. Like, you can't escape that part. That is the facts. But I don't want to come at it on some Black Lives Matter, and I was wondering where these people was at anyway, is these last couple of months, and you laying low, you know what I mean? From the stuff and the rumblings, we've been hearing about you. Black Lives Matter, and anybody that supported, and y'all know if y'all fuck with the channel, at one time I was out marching the wooden shoulders, soldiers, had the mask on that said Black Lives Matter, get caught up in the wave like, oh, I'm for the people, right? Then you see, oh, this shit is a money grab, oh, this shit is this, oh, this shit is smoke and mirrors, and it's not really what it seems to be. And you get duped in it, self-included, right? Little confusion and distraction, and that's another note. But I was wondering where the fuck they was at. Like, you got your bag, you move towards the white people that hate us, etc. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Now this shit happened. Obviously, Jordan Neely, you know, again, he got killed. And although one is black, one is white. What I really see, I just see an overzealous individual, probably a coward, and I know he served, and I have family that serve on military and our military, and also on the, the police force. Rest in peace, right? It's a tough job for anybody, and that's why I be bugging out when people sign up for certain jobs. Like, dang, you signing up to do this type of shit every single day? You got to be a certain type of person, right? So boom, one person, as I see is, got some training, been to the military, so you got basic training at least. You know how to do a little something, wax on, wax off, load a gun, clean it, do some swimming techniques, do some fighting techniques. I'm just assuming, right? Basic academy shit. You bigger than them. You see he's sporadic, and then you didn't even confront, like, it's for the jurors, right? Again, the legal system took place, whether you agree or you don't agree. I don't agree. I understand why some people do agree. But for those same New Yorkers, as myself, I'm on the bike a lot. I'm on the subway. I'm on the bus. I'm in the Uber. I'm in my own whip. I move around all through the city, all different type of ways. And I've been on the subway plenty of times. You see mentally disturbed people, mentally, people that need help, whether they just acting it so they need attention or whether they really going through some shit. And it's hard to decipher. Some be smelling, so you move to the next car. Some may be doing some indecent shit. You say, yo, motherfucker, put your shit back in your, Like, it's people on the train. You do address it. When does the overzealousness, though, when does that come into play? Because I get it. Like, people were saying they scared, and that's the law, as they, lay out the law, the letter of the law, I should say. And they say, hey, well, even if no hands was placed, and he just was boisterous and loud, like, I'm ready to crash out today. I'm ready to do woo, 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 and and people is clutching their purses. Some people are scared. I would say that could be definitely true. I'm not going to judge nobody's scaredness. I'm going to say as a New Yorker myself, and I am a man, and I've seen some things, so I'm not going to scare easily. You see somebody talking out loud or, saying, doing some wild shit, like, is this nigga really trying to just irk my ride, or is she really, in distress? And again, you either go to the next car, you go to the next seat, you tell them shut the fuck up, like, yo, go over there with that shit. It's too early for that, and I'm having a bad day. I've seen plenty of people address mentally challenged people, right? So for the jurors, maybe y'all wasn't of that cloth. You only got on the bus or the train and everything was peaceful. You never seen nigga come on, start breakdancing and flipping on the bars, and you're like, I'm just trying to get the parole. I'm just trying to go to, I'm just trying to get to work. Like, I gotta be this shit, like, y'all niggas is holding the door, your mans in them walking around with the motherfucking hat, and y'all want donations, and I'm just trying to get to work, to parole, go see my, like, you trying to do what you do. Yeah, we see it. You get used to it. You might even throw a tip. You see the kids coming on. Listen, I ain't trying to be out here robbing and stealing y'all niggas. Can y'all just donate? We trying to get some jerseys for the basketball team. We just trying to get some smoking tin. And we don't really want to be out here doing the most for, like, you see people bowl like that on New York subway. Like, I just want some weed. Like, you donating to me and my man so we can get out of y'all face or not? Like, like, this is what it's come to. And so for you to see a brother acting a little erratic or saying he gonna do some shit, cool. You choke him up from behind, like, you don't even approach the nigga like, yo, go to the next car with that shit. My nigga, you scaring the people. And I don't know if he did or not, but I didn't hear that. Choke him up from the back, and you got him, the other brothers help you. All right, cool. You doing a good thing, because now the interview is out. You speaking now, so we get to dissect you a little bit and see, how you giving it up. Seem real happy to do what he did, and I'll do it again, even if I means going in. Like, you don't even know us, my nigga. You ain't no motherfucking Bruce Wayne. This ain't Gotham City, and you don't know none of us. And you don't owe nothing to us, and that's not to say that Good Samaritans shouldn't do nothing. But you get him. You got him subdued. Because this would be the same argument that I'm using that we would use for the officers for a lot of us that don't understand sometimes the job that they got to do, myself included. Nigga that have been in cars that got done dirty by the police in prison and on the outside. A lot of them is foul. Even though you break the law, they take it a step beyond on some Donald Trump. Rough them up a little bit when you putting them in the car. You could just shove their head in. Like, some of them beyond that. Like, nah, this nigga just robbed the jury store. This nigga just did X, Y, Z. So it's my job as the law is not only to arrest you, but to put foot in ass. Some of them give it up like that. So they don't watch your head. Or they put you in, don't strap you in like that video where homie was just in the back seat getting tossed around crazy, end up breaking his neck and all that. Like, no, I mean, they give it up like that. That doesn't make it right because you broke the law. It's still upon you to carry out the law and do what's right. So I brought them up to say, people be like, yo, why they ain't taser? Why they ain't taser? Why they ain't taser? Me shot that little young boy because they ain't playing. They pull out their gun, bang, 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 and they kill. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Like, oh, but you're black. And we only 10 minutes into the show. We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. And although we see it happen to all ethnicities, I'm just keeping it on us because I'm that's where I'm from. Like, you know what I mean? It's rough in the GHETTO. Gotta learn how to hear even OC no. I only could talk about where I'm from with it. And we see it often too many times. So I see this dude, the petty nigga, you know what I mean? Daniel Petty, not as a hero. As somebody that maybe had intentions of stopping the ruckus and bring the motherfucking ruckus after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We start getting into the Eric Garners and the Radio Raheems, which is a fictitious character from motherfucking Do the Right Thing in the 80s. A nigga cried when Radio Raheem, like when you first seen the movie, and when I seen it, you know what I mean, as a child, as an adolescent. Adolescents move my body malfreshen or some nah shit, and they choked him out and just go limp. Then they just dropped that nigga on his face. This shit been happening. And so now when you see homie again, minus the race part, it's just one man overpowering another man with some help. When do you say, all right, I got this nigga now? Like, you still holding on. The train opened up. People is getting off. The festivities is over. So what's the elongation for? Same thing when we gonna ask the nigga with George for, like 8, 9 minutes? Like, damn, bro. How much times he got to call out for his moms or say he can't breathe? Eric Garner, how many times he got to say I can't breathe over some cigarettes? You know what I mean? Or whatever the case is from. Once you got a person defeated and subdued, why are you still holding on? Why you still? Then you even hear the person. That's why I'm not surprised that he's was not found not guilty. Even without the race part, ex-military. You know, Mayor Adams always speak about New Yorkers. You see something, do something, say something, and that's part of it. What it's about too. DJ Cashville, what's the word? You know what I mean? That's part of what some of it's about. You know what I mean? Stepping up. You see two ladies getting, you know, somebody doing some dumb shit to some kids. I would hope some men would say, nah. You're doing a little bit too much. Take it that way. I may not arrest you and do a citizen's arrest, but a nigga could put his foot in your ass like, yo, go over there. We see that. I've seen it. Maybe it's not as you know, as relevant as it once was, but all I'm saying is when is enough enough? When do you have somebody, like even as kids, we played, you know, you hold your breath, put your back on the wall and somebody come hold your chest mad long for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, then the nigga fall out. And I mean, we played the show, you choke him out, you let him go. And one, you know, my man Troy, he got let go in the supermarket, and that nigga, his face hit that marble floor, and like Cam said, the floors is mad. Yep, the marble's heated. Like nigga had the big dookie down in his face. I was like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you choked him out, but then you let him go. He's defenseless now. It's like a defenseless receiver. You just fall into your death on some slow, you know what I mean? Like blown away type shit. Even then, we ain't choke niggas out too long. So you got training, my guy. He's smaller than you and you had help. That's what brings the cowardness in it to me. Definitely not going to say he no hero. I would lean more towards like somebody that was overzealous, and when you hear him like, I do it again. You sound too overzealous, my nigga, to want to do something like that. Then what if it was some strong other type of nigga? Now I'm looking at you with the side eye, like Jordan Neely was $110 with some mashed potatoes in his pocket. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Rest in peace and condolences to his family. You know what I mean? This is the last thing I'll say before we get off the topic. Y'all not gonna get a little long-winded on certain topics, right? Nigga be feeling passionate. But it's the father side, right? You got people in the comments, they swear they know nigga life. And what's your life like? Mine's is real. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas thinking what y'all reading in the source is real. I mean, it's not real, folks. What you seeing online, some of it is not real. When you look in the comments, you'll swear. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not just taking what some comments say. Especially if I don't at least Google it. They're like, yo, his father was a deadbeat dad, and now he's suing the state and all that. Like, his son just got murdered. Like, he don't supposed to sue nobody. He don't supposed to try to seek nothing. Just go home. Your son got murdered. He shouldn't have been on the train doing what he was doing, having mental problems. He should have been in your house. And you should have been watching him 24/7. Because you don't got a life. Because you ain't talk with him. Because you never set him down. Because you never got him help. How do you know all these things, people? Y'all niggas, the detectives, like crazy. Like, nah. Because what had happened was 1 centimeter from the right corner, the bullet ricocheted, and then shorty, she was on a cell phone in the 5C tower. They caught her on 39th Street. Like, yo, word? That's how they caught that nigga? Like, yo, niggas making up shit like you smoking on the good. You know what I mean? And you making up shit like, nah. Because the phone call came in exactly when the lights cut out. So this gotta be it. How the fuck y'all know he was a deadbeat dad? How you know he didn't try to help his son? How do you know, even if he wasn't the greatest of dads, now that his son got choked out in the public manner, and now when you Google the shit like I did today to get the names right, to get the dates right, they ain't even saying Jordan Neely name like that. They just talking about Petty, like, yo, he about to be sitting you know, in the bleachers or whatever with Trump and all that. And y'all heard what Trump said. That's why I quoted him. Like, yo, you know, when you roughing up the criminals and you doing your job, officers, and I'm not trying to fear mother because I'm the one that's like, listen, Project 25, Project 39, nigga, what you gonna do? You letting them come in the raid, or you gonna go all out? Or you gonna link with the people that's with you? That's all you really could do. All that other shit, when the phone's off, it's only one to call on for the scared niggas. Like, yo, is this gonna happen? So what you gonna do about it? That's a side note. But back to Trump, like, yo, rough them niggas up when you putting them in the car. Don't be too nice to them when they breaking the law. Like, he want to establish law and order. So I'm not surprised that he in the bleachers with, you know what I mean, Jerry Jones. And I don't know if he was there, but I know he was somewhere. And a lot of people see him as a hero. I don't. Again, because I would have loved to see if he was some other type of nigga. The nigga that took the stab in the back from the Spanish joint. And he got shot in the head and he still lived. That was a strong brother. He was wilding, but he was strong. I'd love to see him. You try to confront somebody that was bigger than you, or a little more challenged than, you know, than Neely. And then you sneak him from the back. You get help. You ain't no motherfucking hero because you was scared to even do it by yourself. That's why you snuck him. You ain't even at least tell a nigga like, yo, get off the next stop, my nigga, or I'm gonna slap the shit out you. No, people could have respect that because we see it. I've seen it a few times. People come on with the bullshit like, yo, listen, most of the time, if it's not really annoying, people will let it ride. Some people will even move because they don't want confrontation. But I have seen people that's with the shit say they on a bad day too. Like, listen, nigga, I ain't getting none last night just like you. Get the fuck away from me singing all that shit in my ear, and it's gonna be lovely day, lovely day. Well, like one nigga come on some lovely day shit, know what I mean? Like lovely day, and you having a bad day, like you waking up, you late, know what I mean? You having one of them days, and then come on with the happy smiles and giggles. You be like, yo, take that shit somewhere else, and you might be wrong. But we seen that. So, you know, to see him get on it and all that, I ain't really surprised. Was I surprised the I was about to say the Black Panthers. Black Lives Matter came out finally. Yeah, I am. Am I surprised his father want to sue somebody? No, I'm not. I would want to sue too if one of my family members was done in this fashion. Now it's like, yeah, he had criminal record, he had this, he had that. Yeah, he did. And he had issues, obviously. He should have got the help that he needed, but he still didn't deserve to be killed. That's my only thing. And I mean, you got the nigga, you got the nigga. All right, wait till the cops come hold him alive. And we always said it. Them white niggas get brought in alive. Why it's only the, but you're black. Why we the only ones don't be coming in alive. But we off that topic now. I got some time today. We're going to talk about a couple of quick, rapid topics. You know what I mean? That's just spinning in the news right now. All right, let's get to this shit. Everybody talking about this shit. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. I hate to have it be him. You know what I mean? On some Papoose shit and some Kobe, and you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. And he chose violence when it was yesterday morning. You know what I mean? On our way to the airport. You know what I mean? I'm driving back. I hear this shit. And this how I be. Now, this how life be for me. Just can't run every time a topic just come out. Even my man, he like, yo, you know you gotta talk about it today, B. Everybody talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But right now, the way my shit is set up, I can't do that. Talk about it tomorrow on my set show for Friday. And it is what it is, right? For those that want to hear my thoughts on it. But anyway, that's just the integrity. You know, sometimes it could do it. Sometimes a nigga not rushing for that. But anyway, you hear he put up the tweets, and there's a lot of angles to this, so it's a lot to unpack, right? I'll just first say number one, let's be right first. Like a lot of brothers, a lot of people, women too. We wasn't surprised that she cheated, guys. You know what I mean? Like ladies, gentlemen, and lowlifes. You are now, like you in the presence of Ricky D. We knew that she did it, even without physically being there knowing. And the reason why we felt the way we felt, it just really lined up. And what he was doing, what was his superpower, was he wasn't saying nothing. Forcing her to keep, gotta fumble instead of her just being quiet. Like we see some of the tweets, he like, yo, told you to just be quiet, it'll go away. But she got an image to uphold, she got an image to upkeep. She online worrying about what other people gotta say. And whether you love Jesus or you hate Jesus, people gonna have something to say about you. Whether you believe he died for our sins or not, somebody gonna have something to say about you. Right or wrong, good or bad, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And so you either could let it affect you or you could 52 block shit and be good with the outcome. And, you know, I think he messed up, even though he, like, listen, she a narcissist. All the women be using this shit. This shit is this fucking, you know, the spark plug words of the day. And to hear him come out, one of the first things he like, yo, you know, she's a narcissistic, you know what I mean? And woo, woo, woo. And I'm not doubting that she not, but I just think it's funny, you know, coming from the guy. And, you know, now, you know, women always say it, and then this is what he's saying, right? And two things can be true at the same time, but that's the first side eye. Like, damn it, my God. You know what I mean? The other thing is now, like, you exposing her, but even if people was, you know, even if you almost 100% right, say it's 90 to 10%, you did some foul 10% shit, 15%. We didn't know what the percentage was. We just had you was right. And like Ho said, you know what I mean, do not argue with fools, because people from a distance can't tell who is who. Do not bulk up that tree will fall on you. I'm surprised your advisors ain't forewarn you. Like, so it's like, oh, you was calculated, you was staying firm and in frame, letting her just jump on 15 minutes of fame, letting the battle rap take place, and niggas saying like, if you heard a nigga did some shit about me about a bitch, and I ain't some shit, I still got the bitch. And now we see them hugged up, you know what I mean, on some family tree shit, on some family matters Christmas shit, and it's Christmas time. Photos is hilarious. I mean, I ain't gonna pull them up. Y'all know, y'all seen this shit. Shit is wild, funny, right? Now we get to see some of the shit you was doing. Want her to fall asleep on the phone, you know what I mean? Or some insecure, and I get it. I done follow the joint. Nigga was head over heels, and you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like sprung over the pearl tongue, you know what I mean? On some bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Blink on it, you know what I mean? I done follow the joint, you know what I mean? Then once I got the evidence I needed, because that's what brothers is justifying, like why he tapped the Hot Wheel and all that. You in the car, you know what I mean? It's a Mission Impossible. Listening to maybe possibly, you know, the video we heard about her saying, you know, how she want to give it up sexually. And it just looks bad, but now that everything is exposed, you're not the squeaky clean no more. You're not. Because like, you know, she's saying you was a taker, never a giver. And even if you was 90, 100, and the people's perception, you was 100% the do-gooder. Like, you fucking do-gooders. Too bad you couldn't do good in marriage. And do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. Like, come on, you fucking do-gooder? Too bad you couldn't do good at that. Now we get to see some of the stuff. And it could be embarrassing, whether you care or not. And then lastly, before we get to the unpeeling of the Pacific shit, you get to the daughter, right? He like, yo, while you was over there at Christmas, hugged up, looking wild crazy in the family photo. You looking like family portraits. This shit look wow. Even if you wasn't with him no more. You still legally was married. This shit is still gonna be online for your daughter one day to see it. And so that's the thing. He's like, yeah, I was being quiet. I was staying this. All I really wanted was the divorce. Cool. You know what I mean? She ain't want to give it to you because you ain't want to lie. You could have just said, you know what? We ain't fight. I ain't knocked the nigga out. You know you knocked the nigga out. You get the divorce. Now you can speak your shit if you want to backpedal. Because you could have just stayed firm and not said nothing. Everybody assumed, at least people thinking like me, I'm like, this bitch cheated. You know what I mean? He found out he was overzealous with her. You wanted the baby. You was too much on her body. You know what I'm saying? And now she like, yo, I got all the receipts of you cheating. So why did you marry him? Why did you have his baby that he begged you to have after you came home? You went in during, your prime before you really could live out your best years. I know what it's like to be locked up. And I also know what it's like to quote Thanos. I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Like you just know you're right. Coming out to do whatever, you making the move, you shining, you shitting on the world. Poontang, poontang. I don't want to go like you poontang all over the world. Then the universe or God or whatever you believe in, the Most High. You say, nah, today, Friday the 13th, you think you going to, Barbados, or you going to the concert, and then you walk out and your mom's is in emergency, she stepped down. Like your whole shit just changed like this. Nobody knows when it's going to switch up. And so I just say all that to say, it's like, come on, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you doing what you doing, and there's no need to do that. We believed you. She was looking bad in the streets, fumbling and mumbling. Charlie Clips mentioning the Gitchy Gotti Goo, the battle rapping niggas. Everybody know what it was. Come to find out she was with you, she been with you. And now you bring in a new girlfriend. Let's address that. This shit is like some people, two of my mans. Now, we talk about this trending topics, right? What can you learn? Who looks bad? It's not the days of the Word Up magazine no more when you just read and you see a couple of pictures and the article written by somebody. Now, all you do is go online and you see text messages like, oh, this nigga won't buy you no flowers. This nigga won't take you out. This nigga won't like this is what Remy's posting up. I guess he sent her the tweets. I don't know how she got him. Maybe he telling her, yo, we all going to get back together. You was fucking around, so I was fucking around. And just so we clear, I'm speaking from somebody that did cheat and got cheated on, was hurt, know what it's like, been married, not married, been in a relationship. So I know what it's like to lose and to be the one that's doing the most and not taking into consideration, at least definitely at the time, that you hurting the other person. You know what I'm saying? So that's the angles that I'm speaking for, and I don't got no dog in the fight. I thought he looked good just being quiet. Now that it's out in the open and you with, just Carissa Shields, I didn't know who she was, and maybe I should. Maybe we need Black History Month. Morgan Freeman, do you have a Jew month? Like, so what day do you celebrate Judaism? Like, And what other days that these other races have months and days, right? I'm on Morgan Freeman's side. I was being funny. So it's like, cool, all right. When are we gonna, take into account of who this chick is? And I'm gonna just say this real quick for you didn't see the video. I didn't know who she was, and I see her going back and forth with Cam. I'm like, oh shit. Arguing back and forth. Oh, this is the chick that I seen the real fighting the dude knocked out. She said she wanted to fight men, or that's the best way to challenge. I know female basketball players, they scrimmage other men, obviously men is the stronger, the faster. So if you could do good against guys, then you're probably going to do, better or have, better success rate against women that's smaller than you, or, you going against men in practice than you playing against women. That's just an analogy. So it's understandable you sparring with men, you fighting with men. But a lot of aggressiveness, but I just said all that to say that's just like initial not knowing who she was, and Cam was going back and forth with her. And I'm like, damn, why she want to smoke with him? Because this nigga would keep going. I didn't know who she was. She got a movie coming out now. Like, now you know who I am. And she was telling Ken, I'm the #1 most fighter and all that. And I wouldn't know because I don't watch female boxing. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch none of that shit. Nigga, watch Serena when you locked, and you want to watch Serena and Venus because that's what we watching while we in here, right? That's like the only really times to keep it a buck, as we always do on the channel. So I don't know who's who. That night Tyson was fighting, I didn't know who the chicks was, and I guess that's how it started. But now, anyway, she is a real professional boxer, And it's no doubt in mind that she'll handle Remy, And that's like the low-hanging fruit, cool, but the going back and forth. She's like, yo, you ain't the only one. Remy saying that shit like, well, if I ain't the only one, why are you tagging me? And let's just meet out. You want to crash out. So now you got your new joint going back and forth with your wife, even though she, y'all on the house, or your baby moms. That don't look good when your new girl is arguing with your ex, And then you got kids involved. Again, they see like, damn, so you left mommy. They don't know why is this, why is this boxing chick? She might beat mommy up. Why is she saying all these things about mommy? And you got to explain that. Then the last part of the story, we have to get off this topic, but it's just fascinating. Some stuff I'm not surprised of, obviously, and some things is I seen this shit coming a mile away. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? When you've been around or you know some people that, in some relationships and people, and it's not just celebrities, talking about everyday people, this is what they be going through. That's why one of my favorite songs, side note, Kendrick Lamar off the Mr. Morale album is the Cry Together with the joint, and they going back in their relationship. And you're like, I'm tired of these ungrateful, emotional, dumbass bitches. Like, you know what I mean? He went in on y'all. She like, well, what the fuck you mean? He elaborated, you know what I mean? But you leave room for the guy to come out now Easy the Block Captain coming out like, yo, he been new, he put the track on, we could go fight right now. And everybody just looks bad, you know what I mean? Like, nobody really wins when the family feuds. But we not surprised that all this fuckery was going on in the back office. Like, we knew what it was. Some of the women like, y'all don't know, they still together. They had birthday parties, they had functions, they had gatherings. I done been in a relationship like, yeah, we just finished going ham in here. Your mom's calling, we got something to go to the next day or even that same day. People still go, guys. It's not like, even though Hov, like, me and my wife beefing, house on fire, nigga, I'm dying, I ain't leaving, like, I ain't going nowhere till me and my wife stop beefing. Some shit Tata take care of my kids when he stopped grieving on the Carter's album, which is fire album. You know what I mean? I ain't going nowhere, me and my wife beating. I'm dying in the house, nigga, house on fire. Some people give it up like that and they stay in the crib and they work it out. And some people will be right outside like Chris Brown and Rihanna after motherfucking arguing. They still in the whip going to the venue, still arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to deal with that bubblegum shit. Been there, done it. It's not cool. It's not productive. It doesn't help. And it really only tears at the fabric of the relationship until both of you can come to, a mature place, really talk, the good and the bad, and then get some resolution. That's just what it is. A lot of people are surprised that it's messy like this. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Let's get to this shit though. We got some time, but we ain't got mad time today. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the whole shit, right? For a lot of reasons. One, this has been the playbook for a little while now. You know what I mean? Or at least it seems like it's the play for a lot of these celebrities, especially in entertainment, music, business, this type of vibe. They put the petty label on you, or they put the minor, she's a minor, they put this label on you. They try to smear you. Some people crack under pressure. And I just did the video on Ho, but now some slightly new developments is, coming up now. Obviously, Diddy's staying, and this ain't gonna go nowhere either because, allegedly maybe kind of sort of some names were switched. They brought a suit back then, tried to blackmail, didn't work, so they revised it, come back now, and thus we see the response of Ho, like, yo, you got me fucked up. I'm not like your average regular degular. Jada Smith, what's the word? I'm not your regular degular, so we gonna do it like this. He made his response. Then the lawyer came back, Buzzworth, or Bugsby, whatever the fuck his name is, Bugsy Siegel, you know what I mean? Scumbag, right? He came back out like, yo, we wasn't even trying to sue. We just wanted to, shake you down. And now Ho come back out because the lady allegedly maybe kind of changed it up a little bit. You switched it up, you know what I mean? Before it was here, now it's over here. The details is a little sketchy. You was drinking, you don't remember. Shots went off, it didn't go off. It was 3 people in the room. No, it was 8 people in the room, like, you know what I mean? So, I guess she came out and did a little bit of that. And then Hov answered up like, this case was over before it was over. We still going to expose you, and we not having it. And I always say on the channel, whether it was who was the little rapper? Was it the Baby? I think it was the Baby that cop to the lesser charges. Charlemagne cop to the lesser charges. Put the cease and cease and desist on you. You know what I mean? But these is the facts, right? Or anybody in that vein. You don't want those type of charges on you. You don't want those type of charges, especially if it's false. Like, if you did it, then yeah, you don't want it on you. But you could lie about it, like, nigga, smudge your name. You know what I mean? But you did this shit. You a fucking scumbag. So you deserve what you're gonna get. But for the people they far from that. They far from the monster under the bed. Like, you know what I mean? They far from that. and this is what's thrown on them. No consequences is done to that person. You lose endorsements, you lose deals. We see the Jonathan Majors. We see a lot of the, mostly men. And we living in the. It's still a double standards, even though women want equality. I get it. You know what I mean? Even you swing back to Carissa, you even hear her in the movie like, I want to get paid when men get paid. And that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Get it if you could get it, but you need the same amount of interest. We need the same amount of enthusiasm, and people want to come through and Patreon the business, not just because what men is getting, you think you're just entitled to that. Nah, you have to prove that it's worth that, and people got to want to fuck with it. Otherwise, we lose money like the WNBA, etc. You know what I'm saying? But that's just back to side note. But anyway, it'd be no consequences. You know what I mean? Nothing happens to nobody. So, 2-3 months down the line, this should be happening again. Like, you know what I mean? That's why people would keep latching on to Diddy, whether right or wrong. Like, some of the shit he might have did, I don't believe he did every single thing. But once you label it as that, who's to say that this shit ain't true or what's not true? Jigga, Kelly, not guilty. Like, what's true and what's not true, Jigga, man? And some people just like Diddy. They're like, yo, nah, ain't no amount of money gonna buy you. Been doing this shit with Foxy, even though Foxy came out. People like blink twice, if you know what I mean? If you saying some shit wrong. I ain't saying like that. Some people like, yo, that's not how she talk. This is AI. And, she came out and was like, nah, nothing happened. And of course, and she's embarrassed, even though she was younger, so the oldest is not on her, but maybe in her mind, how she rationed it out, like, damn, I don't want to be known as that with Jigga. We just was rap partners. We just was cool. Maybe she don't want that on her record. You know what I mean? And so she like, nah, she denying it to the death. I ain't mad at her for that either. You know what I mean? But the thing that she denied it, the Beyonce shit, as far as the 16 or 17. I ain't see the birth certificate on some Barack Obama. We want to see your birth certificate. Somebody like her, I wouldn't be surprised or amazed when you put the beat on and she lied about her age. Like, if she's older, but for that time she told the lie to break into the industry to still fit a certain mold. Would y'all be surprised? Older women lie all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if you older, but you look younger and you a woman, how old do you think I am? You know what I mean? Like, pass for 30, you know what I mean? Pass, you know what I mean? You're gonna, then if a young brother, even he know you a MILF, you know what I mean? He know you a red right. I mean, like, he know what it is. But he gonna be like, yeah, you look young. You know what I mean? You look young for your age. Then after you power, now you really look like you in your 40s. And even guys on some distinguished gentleman shit, guys on the other hand, that think they look well, you know what I mean? Or for the most part, joints still be, maybe flirt with them or give them, still be pleasant towards them. You know what I'm saying? And I be getting that, right? Out and about. It don't happen all the time, but it do happen enough to make a nigga smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool, shorty, what's up? If you are older and you look younger, then you're gonna say your age. You're gonna be like, yeah, I'm 43, I'm 39, I'm 37, because you look younger. So the young judge be like, yeah, he is 35, but he looked 27. He looked 26. He looked 29. People don't know where we go. My friends be on his body. They ain't gonna care. You know what I mean? It's only when you look, a certain age, and it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And what's fucking Russell Simmons, his daughter, out there on the beach doing the most with the 70-year-old millionaire or billionaire, whatever the fuck he was, right? Nigga's a billionaire. She hugged up with the 21, 19, or whatever she is, right? Legal though. She is legal. You could be mad. You could dread it. You could run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. She's still legal. But the point is, nothing really happened to these joints. You know what I mean? It's only really just the men. And so until like some type of law, grassroots men speak up, power to the people, and really toning, there was no other way, like reverse shit, then you're gonna continue to see it happen. And when, like you said, his daughter 13, coming out to the premiere, 50 Cent clowning, you know what I mean? Niggas is looking with the side eye, endorsements is wondering, you know what I mean? Even though Disney did come out and say, yo, we riding with Hov, like 20,000, like, you know what I mean? Like, we fucking with Hov, and who you with? Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Poppy. They rolling with him, and they're like, well, we know how these cases play out, or these suits. No criminal charges was brought in. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, we want to see niggas get arrested. Every single one of them, all of the women, all of the mediators, all of the people that was doing the backloggings, keeping the books, keeping the secret, looking out, peeping Tom. You wasn't there, but you was there. You see how everybody always leave? Like, nah, right before shit popped off, we left and all that. Like, we left. Soon as when niggas started lighting the candles and nah, like we packed our shit and we bounced. Like, you ain't have no joint sitting on your lap when you wasn't, you know what I mean, wavy looking at the scenery. Like, you all left? Cool, some of y'all left. All right, cool, I'm being funny. But when do something change? And until that happens, I don't really see it changing. All right, let's get to this shit here. This was a big topic. I spoke about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, if they don't catch the nigga, if they don't catch him, hold on. Brigioni, the suspect or whatever, right? Luigi, Mancini, you know what I mean? And real recap, because I did a video on this, I did a show on this, I did a topic on this. And just basically, you know, obviously we live in, it's an evil world out there. Future. I mean, like, it's an evil world out there. Again, rest in peace to him, and condolences to his family, because, you know what I mean, obviously Brian Thompson, we talking about when we was watching the press conference of the Pennsylvania police when they locked homie up, or when they caught him at McDonald's with the blicky on him, right? Like, nah, this shit is crazy. You see, they was overzealous, happy and shit that they caught him, and but when the commissioner was speaking of the CEO, he was like, yeah, because this just ain't another, you know, this is somebody real. Like, he just put a face to the name a face to the name, as they say. You know, you seeing it on the news in real time. You swiping to the left, but you know, a wife lost the husband, kids lost the father, sister lost the brother, etc. Like, when we all die, our loved ones mourn us, right? You know what I mean? And you know, he just like, this is a real person, because you see some of the, you know what's a good way, before I go off crazy. What's a good way to look at the scope of this is the show Black Mirror, right, off of Netflix, and it was pretty much based off the phone, showing a lot of things and perspective through us looking at our phone, and the tech and the age that we in now, how we all on our phone. My nephew had told me about it, and it was a good. It's a series, but it's not like in chronological order. Each episode could stand on its own. But anyway, it was a few episodes, but you know, it was one was where I think that the Prime Minister of London or whatever, he had position of power to do something, you know, so like just for shits and giggles, you know, they captured him, had the pig, you know what I mean, wanted him to, you know what I mean, do shit with the pig. Otherwise, they was going to either kill his wife or one of his loved ones. They had the finger. They did chop the finger off, I believe, to let him know that it was real. But the kicker was he had to do it online, so everybody could watch. And it was saying, like, is people really gonna watch a human being do something with an animal or some bestiality shit with the life of another human being hanging in the balance? And some people, you see, like, they was showing you like the moral, you know, the moral compass of the people you living around. You never know who you living around. And the killer next door, 48 hours, know what I mean? The monsters next door. You'd be like, damn, for fucking 30 years, they was catching people on the road and eating people and sexual deviants and all that type of shit. Living in Delaware or down south, you know what I mean? North Carolina, your fucking neighbors is the boogeyman, you know what I mean? Like, side note, right? And so we see in this case here, he did the killing. And I said all that to say, during my show, I'm like, if they don't catch him, right, then this shit looks suspicious. This shit look a little shaky. And now you got TikTok people, content creators, they're like, yo, so this man went to college, obviously was smart, 26 years old, but still young in life. You ain't reached 30 yet. I came home from 10 at 26, right? And maybe a little different being in prison. Everybody's experience is different. But supposedly, right, everything is allegedly on this video. Had the businesses and kind of smart investments, family come from something. and allegedly maybe kind of sort of had the back issue, had to get maybe some screws or whatever put in his back. And I know plenty of people, unfortunately, I hope the Most High don't, and my lady is, don't strike me with that ailment, which is having bad back pain. I mean, no leg pain, no feet pain, no arthritis, you know what I'm saying? None of that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? All praise is due to the Most High. No dementia, none of that. Like, get that shit off. You know what I mean? And for you too, if you watching the video, for the people on Instagram and YouTube, right? Hope you don't get none of that shit. And you should pray that you don't get it either. You know what I mean? But anyway, he had pain, so he felt some type of way. You got caught with the manifesto. You got caught with the gun. You evaded. You was smart up until a point. Then you not smart? That part I don't understand. And then it's like, I could see, you know, some belly shit, right? DMX, you know what I mean? You about to go kill a minister. Now, I'm being funny. Y'all seen the classic movie, right? Hype Williams and obviously Nas and Billy, Method Man, Keisha. You know what I'm saying? Serena got, no doubt. You know what I mean? You see Method Man on in the movie, right? But in the movie, he didn't go through with it. So it's like, who is this guy for him to really be this brazen, right? And then you smart, but you don't think, like, even if you think, like, yeah, I know I'm going to jail. Did you watch some YouTube videos on jail, how jail is, the difference between the state and the federal? You got health issues. Do you still have those health issues? I'm sure if you got screws in your back, you still have some type of ailment or something going on. Sleeping on them beds in prison, oh man, that don't do nothing for your back, but just kill your shit more. Like, nothing is good in there. Not the medical help, not the counselors, the environment, none of that. And you gave it all away. Like, business type of mind, young, family guy shit, could leave a legacy, you could build. You seem like a what is it, Silicon Valley type of builder, type of nerdsy, right? Why are you leaving the manifesto? What up, Bombs Beats on the check-in? Why are you leaving this stuff around? Do you want to get caught again? Okay, you want to get caught. You want to do a Silence in the Lamb, and you Buffalo Bill, and you outsmarting the cops. Go Gadget, Axel Foley, like, you know what I mean? All of these different people, you playing the game. You smart as a rabbit. You's a trickster. But after you got to the part in your plan where you're like, they're gonna find a manifesto, I'm gonna just be sitting in McDonald's. You a health nut. You in McDonald's, my nigga? I get it. You hungry? It just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? When you did the shooting, and I didn't even see the video, Keisha was like, you want to see the video? This was last week when I first just talked about it. You know what I mean? We still didn't know who the killer was. And she like, yeah, the video on, you know, what she's saying that you see everything. And like the news was reporting, guess the gun got jammed, like, know what I mean? Looked in the chamber, seen 5 bullets caught up in the chamber on some Nas shit, like, know what I mean? G spark it off quick, forever niggas, like, know what I mean? Reminiscing about when the task force flipped, bullets jam up, you emptied up, know what I mean? And you let off, looked like you knew what you was doing. Looked like you was a professional, like the movie The Professional. And he killed all them niggas coming in the apartment, you know what I mean? Like, you a professional. Come to find out, you really not. You got the thumbprint, the fingerprint online, digital. We finding out about you. Soon's right when they caught you, CNN got your homies coming on, and they like, yeah, you know what I mean. And you know, oh, what's another good movie besides the Black Mirror? Arlington. That movie with I think it's Kurt Russell. Forget who the other people. It's a sinister movie. You know what I mean? Not really a lot of shooting them up, but it's showing you how these other people move, these organizations that they want to do shit. You know what I mean? And they really willing to bend the wheel to make shit happen. So you know, when they recruit people, you know what I mean? He was a teacher at a college, a professor, always on the lookout for these people. So these people walk right in, they duped him. He telling everybody, yo, these are these people, they do certain things like this. They made him look crazy. End up putting him in the van if you didn't see the movie with the explosives. So they got his son off this side of the movie and going one way. He going right to where they was supposed to be going. He ended up getting caught and being how they made him look crazy. You got the explosives in the van. Look like you about to do something. They're like, yeah, professor, he was a conspiracy theory. He was always going hard with this, and come to find out, he was the one on some Kareem Akbar. You are the true leader of the CNB, and you about to go down for some real explosive shit. I'll point that out to say, Although I ain't naive, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely not overzealous with it. But certain things you can't put past. Like obviously a movie like that, that's an ill concept. I'm sure somebody was the fall guy because other people are smarter than you on the chessboard and you thinking one move, but they thinking 4 moves ahead. So I could definitely see somebody getting caught like him. You get caught like, oh, but I wasn't planning on doing nothing to nobody. It was them. I could have swore it was this. You know what I mean? Like you can get out tricked, and like Ho said, match wits with the best of them. The rest of them is like vegetables in my presence. Check it. Like you could get got with smarter people. On your best day, you don't think the best, right? So I said all that to say this dude, Luigi, you know what I mean? You smart enough to get the silencer to move from where you from in and out of the streets of New York, you know what I mean? Get away. And then you sitting there just eating some fries and some nuggets. You know what I mean? You got the chicken nuggets, you got the sauce. You got the chicken nuggets, you got the sauce. You got the sauce. You got the sauce. That'll be out soon, by the way. Fire song. Shout out to my nigga Gray. Shout out to Norma. Got the sauce. Fire. Right? What are you doing in there? Then they were so happy and giddy. You know, it's the biggest case in their life. If it's really what it is. Like, you know, we asked him, have you been to New York lately, last couple of days? And once he smirked or whatever, you know, it's like, y'all the heroes. Too easily. And that's all people are really saying. It's not really so much a conspiracy theory. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, we watch Pappy Mason and we watch certain, you know what I mean, joints where it's a little suspense, so you got to figure out who's like, it just was too easy after seeming like you was, you know, Jason Bourne and you was the Jackal. Come to find out, you think you living out fantasy, and that's why they keeping them in Pennsylvania, I believe. They, you know what I mean? They probably, you know what I mean? Every time for you that never been locked up, for somebody like him, and the officers is doing their daily paperwork while he right there in the county cell, and they making jokes, talking to him, asking him questions, probably secretly recording. Wow, you thought you was going to get away, bozo. When you go up north, or when they sentence you, this going to be happening to you. You're disappointing your family. Like they come in regular shift, and you become invisible after a while. Before you was the hot shit, then you invisible. They doing their shit, but every so and then they may throw you a bone and say some off the wall shit to you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. Well, I'll be back. I'm going on lunch, cocksucker. You know what I mean? You CEO killer. You don't eat dinner today. Like they dead in them doing shit to them. You know what I mean? And lastly, before we get off this topic, a little long-winded with this topic too, but it's trending and just a lot of angles. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know if he did it. I do know it was like a challenge where mad people linked up and they was looking like him and just like, oh, but you're black. White folks and other folks look like each other too. All the Indians look like to me. All of the Bangladesh and Africans and all, they be looking the same to me too. Just like we looked at them. You know what I mean? So it's the same with the European and the Caucasian. There was a lot of people that looked like him, allegedly. Then somebody in the comments was like, yeah, but you can't make the eyebrows up. Yeah, you may have a point on that. You know what I mean? But it was mad people with like similar jackets and backpacks. And it was like, yeah, he could be any of them. And at first I thought it was a female, to be honest, looking real feminine at the bottom jawline part. You know what I mean? Or one of the Transformers or what. I'm looking like, this ain't the same person. And obviously now he getting some scuffle or whatever. But they happy to have him in Pennsylvania. They ain't doing whatever. They going to drag that expedition out. You know what I mean? Indicting him, bringing him back. They're going to X that out. They're going to drag that on. He going to be there for a little while. Like, nah, you chilling with us for a minute. You know what I'm saying? What else we got for y'all? I don't think we got much more. I'm going to get out of it. We're gonna do the football picks now. We ain't going to go too crazy today. Oh, matter of fact, I do got one more topic. Only because two more things actually. Where's the poster? I think I took a picture of this shit. So this from a New York City promoter. I know the brother, Sleepy. You know what I mean? Where the shit at? I could have swore I saved this shit. It might be in this phone that I'm recording from. But anyway, Sleep from Harlem, he just like, yo, you know, damn, I thought I fucking saved this shit. Wanted to read exactly what he said. Damn it. Anyway, he like, yo, New York City, you know, the party life must have died. A lot of DJs thinking they promoters, a lot of party goers is they try to change to promoters, or promoters that's not really promoters, try to get the party goer to become the promoter. You know, niggas got purses, chicks got, excuse me, chicks got on Jordans, you know what I mean? And, you know, I've been to a few Harlem parties, and, you know, like certain eras is just different from now. And, you know, a lot of people was commenting. That's why I wanted to comment. That's what I'm going to do right here. I do want to read the shit. Just go to this nigga page real quick. Here we go. Says, I sat back and watched y'all turn the party goer into the party promoter. Y'all promoters got so lazy and uncreative that the DJs thought that they could throw a party and become the promoter. Nobody want to invest in quality events anymore. Why is that? The dress code doesn't even exist anymore. Guys wearing purses to the club, females wearing Jordans to the club. If ladies is free, then the men don't want to pay. Make it make sense. Everyone is a celebrity. I guess the nightclub is dead. So as I sat back and I watched, read, think about my party days, thus Popovich TV. We always was outside at the strip club, at the club. You know what I mean? I always wanted to be somebody club and thinking being around and drinking and having bottles and fucking around. You know, that's what a nigga was on for a period of time. Definitely seemed like a lifetime ago, because I ain't on that wave no more. And I'm so happy that I'm off the wave. So I see what he's saying through different, scopes now, if you will, through different lenses rather. And one thing I agree is that definitely because like you said, niggas is lazy. They don't want to go out and promote. They don't want to be online promoting. And when he mean promote for like niggas like Rope Dope Sleep, a lot of other, big promoters, Jaton, a couple other people, that I know personally, throw crazy parties. But some DJs bring it out too. And it's a combination of both. You got a good promoter, but you got, a Ty Boogie, or you got a Boogie Black, or you got a, a Will Tracks hosting your party. So that shit is a movie from start to finish, just rocking. Because one of my pet peeves, if you will, was going out, getting fresh, if you will, right? Buying a section, buying bottles, and niggas is just standing around doing nothing. The chicks that's there looking too good to even dance or to even be social for the ones you don't know. You know what I mean? Or it's the same ones in every other city we go. You know what I mean? Everywhere you go, it's the same joints. You know what I mean? They know what it's they know the game, so it sound real smooth. You know what I mean? Pick to your earlobe. You know what I mean? Talking about how he could go buck wild. You know what I mean? And so that part was like, niggas ain't even having fun no more. So why buy a table, or buy, why do X, Y, Z when you ain't even really gonna have a good time? Nigga, buy a table or chip in with other people, for like, if it's cost, like I got 5, you got 5, niggas be, it ain't all on one person. Even though a lot of times people be thinking that, and you be right there, like, like, nah, it's not. But if that's how, the perception is, then fine. It's not even that type of situation. Anyway, though, you're like, damn, I'm coming out, I'm doing this, and nobody even really having fun. So I'm by the bottles, and this lady says, my nigga said, but I'm moving around through the club. We walking around, we got the camera, we shaking out, we downstairs, we upstairs, we moving around to see what people are doing. And as you traveling throughout the club, a lot of people is just in their section. You know what I mean? Birthday, it's your birthday, you the birthday bitch, and one time you just in your section with your phone, 360, you and your friends, and that's like really it. And you know what I mean? And the people that didn't get the tables, they're in the middle, so they stuck to be there, but at least they having fun. You know what I mean? And I used to be right on the floor too with the little two-step. We don't dance, we just do the two-step. So in that regards, that kind of got whacked, putting on the front and acting like you doing well, or you celebrating. A lot of us in the hood where we from, you know what I mean? What you celebrating all the time for? Like, well, why are you going out to impress and, put money in people's pockets who ain't trying to put money in your pockets? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, that's pretty much what you're doing. And like, that's why Hov, like, you want to know what's more important than, throwing money in the strip club? Credit. You know what I mean? Like, I always, not always, but much more lately in the latter years, as you get more wisdom and you live off experience like the locks, you learn some shit. Say, damn, I'm always going out with the same niggas. We putting up, but we ain't putting up for no business together. When I'm down and they don't know about it, or when they down and I don't know about it, when we hanging out and we clubbing and we going bowling or we doing XYZ, but we not building together. I'm good separately. You may be good separately until you're not. And when the phone's off, it's only one to call on. So it's like, damn, we doing this type of shit, but we ain't really collaborating together. So why are we hanging out? You know what I mean? Why all the time? It's one thing to have comrades, to have social life, to be able to go out and shake it up one time, two times, you know what I mean? But are you putting in more time than other things that's more important? You know what I'm saying? I guess we was live for an hour. We're going to start this live back over. Are you investing more time into shit that don't matter? You out all the time doing what? Hanging with the niggas all the time doing what? Y'all collaborating together. Y'all got a podcast. Y'all got something that's going on. What you got going on? So that's the part. And then I'll say this too. Like, it's certain DJs they got the following. They gonna have people dancing all night. Niggas ain't gonna be sitting down. So it is gonna be a crowd. But I ain't gonna lie, most of that's little, I'll say old school. I'm old school now. I'm happy to be here. I'm older. I don't see myself as old. I just see myself as older. But I get it. To somebody that's 21, 22, I'm probably old school. And that's fine. You know what I mean? I hope you could get to be old school. But when you hear the, you know what I mean? You make me happy. Them type of parties where, you know, people know what it is. They used to that era. So when they come in and they hear certain joints, they going to dance and have a good time. And it ain't going to be, you know, you ain't going to just be standing around with your chain out and your bottles and, you know, doing selfies, not really having fun. But on the gram, it looked like you had a good old time because you was just with your 3 little girls, but you ain't dance, you ain't get up, you ain't really do shit. You just was doing this all night and had the bottle in front of you, making it look like you was lit. Seen that plenty of times. And I'll just get off this topic with that. Another thing, the nightclub is that I've been to plenty parties that was trash. Whether you paid at the door or again, you brought a section just so you ain't gotta wait online and do all that. Like, this party is trash. The DJ is trash. The bitches is trash. This shit is whack. Keep it in the buck. Like, damn, I could have stayed home. I could have did XYZ. Came out for this shit, try to show love, and boom, the shit was trash. But before we get to one last topic, I got 2 more, so I do got time. First, I want to say, last Saturday, right in here in Harlem. Shout outs to Dusko Poppington. Shout outs to Dane. Shout outs to Big Time, my uncle, you know what I mean? Nico. Excuse me. They had the, you know, the reading for the Honor Up movie, Honor Up 2. Guess they shooting, or they will be shooting soon. So they had like a couple of little, roles and shit. Your boy, I went through, rolled through, send my little lines. Some phone call, prison shit, nigga coming home, shit that we know about. We authentic, you know what I mean? Unscripted over here on this channel, so we used to that, right? There ain't no real acting to me, but a lot of people came through. Some of the ladies did well. Mice came through. He was one of the best. Shout outs to Lucky. Shout outs to the people that came there. But while I'm bringing that up, it was a good event. You know, no violence, etc. They was there way longer than I thought they was gonna be. Niggas really want to be movie stars, bro. Like, everybody loves a star when he's on top. Like, nobody comes around. When, you know what I mean? When you start to drop on some Michael Jackson shit, you know what I mean? Everybody want to be a star, you know what I mean? And or be recognized and shit. I get it, you know what I mean? I do a video every day on YouTube, you know what I mean? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But anyway, I brought that up. So I met a brother named Country. He got the Fly brand global currency. You know what I mean? He gave me this this knitted Pooh Shiesty joint, shit fire. I will put it on and all that, but I ain't washed it yet. But this shit definitely fire. I'll be on the bike sometime. You know what I mean? So Dark Knight do it, right? But just the logo. I've seen a few people now, like I always get an analogy when you buy your car, you know, you want the BM or the X5 or the Range or the Honda, and you see it, but you don't really see it until you buy it and you in it. As soon as when you come out your driveway, like, oh, you see your car everywhere. So now that I've seen, you know, the brand, show y'all on Instagram, you know what I mean? We live on a couple of platforms. Show y'all on YouTube. You know what I mean? I like the colors, I like the currency, and like just talking with the brother. I try to get him on camera. He didn't want to be on camera. Always find and he ain't old or nothing. Always find the brothers or the sisters that don't really take to the camera like that. And he be like, I'll be having sessions or I sit with the kids and he talk business and shit. My first time meeting him, And we still spoke for like a good 30 minutes. So the energy was good. You know what I mean? The chemistry, we was just vibing about business, his brand, pop of his TV, stuff in the news, Trump, business, Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Oh, bunch of black shit that going in the neighborhood. But anyway, he had the hats that I don't really be liking because he was going to give me a hat. The daddy hats or the shit with the holes in it, and it'd be like crunched down. I don't really like them joints. You know what I mean? I think they look better on females, even though for the brothers that's business owners that is black, I done brought from them, never wore the hat, or maybe I wore it on my channel just for the sake of bigging them up, kind of wear them outside. But he had those and they was fire, like the level or whatever material was, they was real fire. But I ain't take one, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm gonna stop taking them if I ain't gonna wear them. And then he like, I got something else for you. And he gave me this shit for free. And even though I was gonna buy and support. But then not only that, he like, yo, you know, gave me this for Kiss. I told him I was going to keep it. This a wallet, you know what I mean? Global currency, this shit fire. Stopped them from, stealing your shit. When you want to get your joints up, just hit the button at the bottom. You know what I mean? They pop out like that, your cards and all that. So I thought it was fly. I'm gonna keep this shit. You know what I mean? But I bring him up to say, I got business. You see the cozy soles. Got these joints on right now, my feet right now, you know what I mean? The fly joints. Cozy soles, cozy soles, cozy soles. And, I appreciate the support. I showed y'all, obviously, last week, we got the jump offs, you know what I mean? And by Christmas time, for the last like 80 or maybe even like 100 now, it might be less than that. That's it. There's gonna be no more cozy soles. And it was a good run, good business. We learned a lot. But I appreciate everybody that brought for me more than once or whatever, told people, posted, did a video. But I bring him up, he gave me these, and I'm gonna buy something from him. I'm gonna buy a few things from him because his brand I like his brand. I like, now that I got to talk with him and see the whole vision and the global and deal with money and investments and shit. You know what I mean? Because that's your money, son. Fuck with the brand even more. But I noticed he giving out and it made me realize like the people you give to, even though you advertising, so you have to put that in the budget. I mean, Pepsi advertised a Super Bowl, you pay them all these millions of dollars just to get that 30 seconds or a minute time. So that comes with the business. But what I notice is a lot of times you give people shit and then they still won't support. It's like, damn, bro, sis, I looked out for you a few times. All I'm asking you to do is, I get it. It's, you're going to pay one way or another, whether you're advertising to get it a boost on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and you boosting your shit. Y'all be seeing some of them that be advertised extra. Or you're going to pay somebody, put some money in their pocket, hoping that they return the favor. And like Wu-Tang said, my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. And so I just noticed, like, damn, people I done gave shit to, never even posted, never said thank you, took a little picture with them, sent them like, damn, that was 4 days ago. I get people forget they do shit, but it be the people that buy, that spend money with your brand, that fuck with your brand, that may like you. Because I asked him this, he was like, he don't see it as that, but that's not why he on camera. You know what I mean? As far as making reference to Cam, when he like, you do business and people know who you are and they be hating on you and they don't even know why they hating on you. Like, damn, bro, I never did nothing to you, sis. I never, like, whatever you think or your perception, none of it's true. You'll support a stranger, but you won't support me. I went to high school with you. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? Like, we went to school together, sis. Like, I know you before you got big and, had all of the babies. You know what I mean? And before Tata killed them niggas. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? But it happens. And so, just by him walking around, giving certain people, you know what I mean, so they could wear it. Some of them, their platforms is big, so when they put it on, it helps the brand. But when you do give stuff for free, it's only rare times that people will swing back like, damn, this nigga gave me 2 sweaters. And speaking of, sweaters, this is random. I forgot I had this shit on. But this, the Fergie baby, Harlem stand up. Maybe this was like, what? 220, right before they shut us down, or maybe right after, or they opened up, and he was having his release party, you know what I mean? I think this sweater was like $65, you know what I mean? Go support, go video, woo, 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 fuck with the movement. And you get to see who's who and if they really rocking with you or not, you know what I mean? 2025, I'll say Popovism 101. try to be more keen and more aware of people that's just around for what they could get from you, but not willing to reciprocate, or people that's hating from afar, throwing little roadblocks. That's why they be like, don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing, and vice versa, because people will really hate on you, and you be like, damn, I thought we went to school together, my nigga. We never even fought as kids. We fought other people together. You know what I mean? That was trying to bully us, or when we walk past certain blocks, you got your family, I got my family, you did a bit, I did a bit. We see each other like, damn, bro, you ain't going, you know what I mean? Because I get that all the time. People like, yo, I want to be on your channel or interview me. Or that's why when I start my intro, I'll be like, in interviews, sometimes when people don't be acting flaky. If you watch my channel, you know that's how I start the monologue. Like, you know what I mean? Hip hop, entertainment, interviews, sometimes when people don't be acting flaky. Because sometimes people be acting flaky like, bro, I'm gonna post you up, my nigga. You don't gotta act like that with me. I mean, we not superstars. We just regular people doing what we do. But I just thought that was interesting. When you giving out shit to people, they don't really appreciate it. They ain't even gonna post. They won't swing back and spend no money with you. And you be wondering like, damn, well, why though? I just, I show good faith. Or I try to, you know what I mean? Why you ain't showing the same love? You know what I mean? Why it's not the same? And when you recognize that, don't be afraid to act upon it. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Just give it up how they giving it up. Not wish bad luck, not wish evil, not stop speaking. Not, you know what I mean? Like, don't get on it like that, because then you will be a whack person. But just recognize like the same energy, the same, what you get in is what you put in. But what is it? Not the Red Riding Hood, but what was it, the chicken or something? One of the people was making a cake or bread, and every time she asked one of them to do something, they didn't want to do it, but as soon as when the bread or the cake or the castle is built, you want to come pick out your spot on the couch and all that. Like, nah, you eat at the little table. You ain't help build none of this shit. And you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Come on, man. Let's not take it there. All right, we got let's get to week 15. Let's get to the picks. We've been on here for a little minute. Let's close out the show. We appreciate you if you're still rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. 1, 2 even. 1, 2 even. Yeah, we went 2 and 4 last week on the locks, bringing our total. We get to that in a minute. Let's get to the picks. Sunday fun day. Before we do that, y'all know how we do. Nah, that's not it. This is it. Week 15. NFL picks against the spread.
Great fire. Rich famous.
When the winner chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one, pop them his coupe all gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals.
That's that money line. That's the intro to the song on our NBA videos every day. That's the intro to the weekly NFL picks. And that's my nigga Great Fire featuring famous AAA off of that Raise the Stakes album. It's on all platforms right now. It's one of my favorites off the album and Raise the Stakes. Those is fire. Anyway, let's get to week 15. We're going to rapid fire this. Been on here for 72 minutes. We're going to rapid fire and get up out of here. We already had the Thursday night game, so just for transparency, I had the 49ers. Bless Beauty, what's the word? I had the 49ers. The linebacker or whatever, he went out, kind of fucked the game up a little bit. Wasn't really sure about what was going on, but ultimately, I guess the Rams was the better team. They beat them now the last 3 games, even though prior to that, San Fran beat them like the last 7 or 8 games. So I guess it happens. Anyway, we 0-1 to start the week off because we had San Fran. First game of the week, we got Dallas at Carolina. Carolina -2.5. And I know they've been playing better. They fought the Chiefs, and they fought Philly. Woo, But should they really be 2-point favorites and a half at home? I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna take Dallas. Next game, Kansas City Chiefs out on the road, giving 4 to Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. And just the same old drama. 12-1 for Kansas City for their whole 12 wins. Think they only covered 1 time. So every single game been a one, possession game, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 7 points, not covering, first of all, on some going Raekwon shit, niggas coming out, not sounding right, first of all, like, you know what I mean? Like, you niggas not sounding right, and you're not covering. And so if you've been betting with Kansas City, you've been losing this year. We had them a few times as locks. I think they'll win and keep their winning ways rolling. But I'm going to go with Cleveland with the 4 points at home. I ain't really rushing to the window to bet on this game. Next game, we got Miami on the road at Houston. Houston giving 3. Houston coming off the bye. Houston, a lot of chatter about, what's the nigga name? The young boy from their team. Can't think of his name right now. Rookie of the year. His name will come to me. The light-skinned brother. Rookie, a second year, sophomore type of action they saying. So it's like, you looked good last year. You made the playoffs. And I think they're going to make the playoffs this year too. Life is Rich Club. What's the word? We at the end of the show talking week 15 NFL picks. I think he will get it together this week. And I think they will cover. I'm not really sure about Miami. They good, but I think Houston wins this week. And I know the games that they have won, they 8-5. I think they only covered like twice. I think they like 6 and 7 on against the spread. So we like Houston to win in the cover. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags getting 3.5. This shit stinks with the Jets. Let's just I ain't gonna say I was one of the first ones to say, because we was on the Jets for a little while, and like a lot of y'all, it was like they're going to get it together. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got that bad man discount double check. And the weeks just kept going by. And every week you looking horrible. You looking bad. You looking like El Trashy though. Like sprinkle some El Trashy though on Aaron Rodgers. You look bad and you look old. Just like that, the NFL, Father Time is undefeated. And you was a mobile quarterback, unlike Brady, you know what I mean, and Eli Manning. You could get up, you could get away. But what I say, I'm like, yo, the back and forth with Jimmy Kimball or whoever homie name is, the back and forth through the media against the Stephen A's and the rumblings and Shannon, etc. And now he came out like, yo, niggas talking about me. This side note, but I'm gonna make it a topic real quick now for my video. He like, yo, pretty much paraphrasing, because I only seen the snippet, but I know what the gist of it is. Like, yo, before they wasn't talking about me in 08, 07, 09. Like, damn, homie. 2006, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you, my nigga? Them days of being MVP is long gone. Like, when niggas get the pass in the NBA and they be doing this shit like good looks, like that shit was years ago, Aaron Rodgers, and I ain't shitting on you. Cause I fuck with you. I like the fact you go dark rogue on them. 30 days in the cave, like I fucks with you for that. Come out, talk to the media like, yeah, I wasn't with the jab. I didn't want to do all that. I wanted to get different expert opinions before y'all just start shooting me up with the 52 needles. You know what I mean? On some pressure point shit. You know what I mean? What was it? 5 Deadly Venoms when they put the toad inside. Like, let's see what we can get you at, and we gonna get you. How we get you. When we split you, know what I mean? Shout out to Mac Man. How we get you. How we get you. Like, come on, you're gonna shoot me up, and then you're gonna make me choose between my, my livelihood and doing this. So I fuck with them for standing up for the little guys. But I said all that to say they don't like that. You black, you white, they don't care. You know what I mean? You black, you white, you start talking against, the establishmento. We make you look like El Bozo. We make you look like you did a hit and you didn't. We do you dirty now. Because we got niggas in the back office, as soon as we pick up the phone, like, yo, fuck this nigga life up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, put the spin cycle on him. Then all of a sudden, you in the spin cycle. Niggas talking about you. And Ryan Clark came out today, a little ESPN watch again. I know we talking about the picks, but I'm making this a video now, right? Aaron Rodgers, right? Ryan Clark come out, say what he got to say. Like, yeah, we talking about you because you playing like trash, my nigga. And, you becoming the guy who you talking about we is. And I'm a champion. And I think Ryan Clark got 1, Yeah, I think he got one with the Steelers. And Aaron Rodgers got one too, but a lot of people when think that Clark should have more, you would think that Aaron Rodgers would have more. Like your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. My pinky ring talk, it's a 50, I'm sick. That's why these niggas is on my like, you ain't produced nothing. And do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here. Your days playing as an NFL quarterback, you're out of here. I don't think he's going to be on no team next year. I think they're going to just give him that much and let you ride out on a horrible losing streak. Now, back to the game. I know I went on that, but we unscripted over here. My show is unscripted. If you rock with me, you rock with me. That's what you like. Back to the Jets. Giving 3.5 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'd be damned if I take the Jets. Will I be surprised if Aaron Rodgers come out, throw for 3 touchdowns, throw for over 200 yards, make it look like, oh shit, this who you was? No. Do I think it will happen? Absolutely not. Next game, Washington Commanders at New Orleans. New Orleans getting 7.5. Washington taking a little stumbles. I think they won their last game against Dallas, right? Let me check real quick. I don't know. They beat Tennessee after losing 3 straight. They on the bye. I think they beat the Saints, but I don't think they covered the 7.5. I think it's a closer game. I know Derek Carr went out. Matter of fact, the other guys out too, right? Who else played quarterback for them? Hill, the go gadget man. If he's out, which I think he is out, matter of fact, let me just do this real quick. I didn't want to get too winded. Who was the fucking quarterback, the backup quarterback? We may not be taking these niggas. Derek Carr, Rattler Spencer. And they don't even got the dude I was talking about. He's more like a tight end special go gadget guy. But could they do it against these guys? You know what? I'm gonna go with Washington. I'm gonna go with Washington in the sense that I don't think the Saints going to be able to keep up. Like even if you got Rattler or you got the other guy, y'all going to be able to score because I think Washington will be able to score. So even though you're getting 7.5 to score, they're going to probably win by 10. I'm going to go with Washington. That is a big number to be laying on the road, but I think they could pull it off. Next game, we got my New York Giants. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Like Shallon, are you in the house? My New York Giants is getting 16.5. They are fucking trash. Sprinkle them with some dirt. Baltimore, on the other hand, you've been stumbling, you've been fumbling. You got a big game next week, revenge game at the crib against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 16 is a lot. I think Baltimore will win. I don't think they're going to cover the 16. I think they could win by 14, 11. I don't see them winning by 17. They could. But in the fourth quarter, if you got the game wrapped up, and now you got to play Steelers next week, and you have to beat them next week. You cannot lose 2 times to them because you're already behind them, even if they lose to the Eagles, which we will get to in a second. Baltimore wins, my New York Giants cover. That's not a homer pick. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee getting 5. Bengals finally got a close game win. You beat Dallas Cowboys. Finally got that monkey off your back, but no playoffs. And you don't deserve the playoff. You playing like shit, even though Joe Burrow has been ball so hard, motherfuckers want to find me. The first niggas got to find me. He been doing his numbers, but the rest of the team ain't doing shit, and they've been losing. That's why they 5-8. Tennessee 3-10. Back-to-back road games. Could they come in and cover and win? Yes, they can, but I don't think they do. I think they win, but I think they back to their stinker ways. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I know that's a scary one, but I'm going with the Titans. Next game, New England at Arizona. Arizona giving 6. Arizona has to win this game. They got to keep pace with the Seahawks and the Rams if they want any chance of keeping their playoff hopes alive. I think they win. I don't think they cover. I'm going to go with the Patriots with the 6. They coming off a bye. Jay Mayo, whatever his name, Jay Mays. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll have a good game plan. Belichick took the I finally realized I got the North Carolina colors on. Like, you know what I mean? So fresh is so clean. Ain't nobody dope as we. I dress so fresh is so clean. Bill Belichick got the job, etc. I think New England keep it close. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at Denver Broncos. Broncos at home, giving 4. Broncos been playing well, and move over Bacon. Here's something more. You know what I mean? Like the commercial back in the days. Bo Nix, got to give him his flowers. He playing not like a rookie. He is with Sean Payton, who is one of the great minds of football besides Belichick and besides Mike Tomlin, a couple of other players, obviously what's the name from Sean McVay, and obviously Shanahan, even Campbell, showing to prove that they good coaches, right? What's the dude from Washington? Kyle Kicksby or whatever his name is. He's pretty good too, offensively wise. Anyway, I'm rooting for Daniels, but Bo Nix might got him, especially if they win. And I think they might win, but I don't know about covering. I think this is, and I know they've been playing well. Their defense is elite, but I don't think they cover. I think it's a 3-point game, and I think the Colts are going to fight like hell to try to keep their playoff hopes alive because they slightly on the outside of the skirts. Next game of the week, one of the games of the week. This is a good game. And football and sports is scripted and rigged, folks. And I'm telling you, this is an easy one. Y'all gonna be like, all right, but it's Buffalo Bills at Detroit. Detroit giving 2.5. Buffalo coming off losing to the Rams, looking bad, I might add, even though they did put up 41 points. Detroit, on the other hand, coming off beating whoever they beat. Who they beat? It wasn't really no hard game. They beat the Packers. I take it back. Packers did try to come back a little bit. They needed the game and they didn't get it. They chasing Minnesota, and they was chasing the number 1 seed too, but they probably could kiss that goodbye. They do play Detroit last game of the season. So this is what I think is going to happen. I like the Buffalo Bills to upset Detroit at home. That would give Detroit 2 losses. Philly got 2 losses. Minnesota still got. Did we skip that game? They playing Monday. They got 2 losses. It will create some drama still for the NFL moving forward. If we already know who's wrapped up, who got what, then there's no drama. We're going to still watch, we're going to still bet, but it doesn't get the juices going like, oh, nah, this game means something. Both teams going to come in and play what they all. That's why sometimes when they flex the games, like when they already won, they're not going to play. They already got everything locked up. Some teams play. Some teams be like, nah, we're going to put the backups in. We need to rest our players for 2 weeks. And in a sport like football, all the rest that you get could be well received. With that being said, I think Josh Allen coming in. I think they win straight up. I think Detroit get their 2nd loss of the season. Next game, Tampa Bay at the Chargers. Chargers giving 3. Good game. I like Tampa Bay, though, man. I think he got the better weapons. I think Baker Mayfield wake up feeling dangerous, and I think they can win and pull it off. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers at Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, up to the sky. And you've been hearing what is it, Hollywood Brown, you mad at Jalen Hurts, you airing the laundry out, just throw the ball, man, like he's my quarterback. On some terror Owens shit, that's my quarterback. You know what I mean? When you've been around for a while, you know the spinning clips of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Wide receivers always been like that, except a few. It's always been me, and I. You got Saquon Barkley when he's running the ball, when Jalen Hurts is running off the play action or by design run. Their record is, they got a great record. Maybe 9-3 or maybe 11-2 or something like that. They got a good record. So why switch it up? And like Ho said, you can't change a player's game in the 9th inning. The chrome rim spinners keeps them grinning. So I run way the fuck them and crinkle their face like linen. I play hard until they say, God, he's keeping it real. Shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna change my game in the 9th inning. This is week 15. We want to win. And how Mike Singletary said, can't coach with him. Can't win with him. Like, I want winners. I want people that want to win. Regardless of all costs, I want people that want to win. And when you start being bigger than the team, then that's when they get rid of you. You know what I mean? Antonio Browns and, certain people, Rel Revis and Terrell Owens, with the theatrics, and even though Skip did paint him out to be the villain. With all that being said, I like Baker Mayfield. But next game, Philly at Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go with Philly. I think they come out, they put all of the talk to rest. That's what I meant to say. After all this shit in the media about get me the ball, is it a problem? Is it not a problem? I think they come out and beat up on the Steelers. Steelers got to play Baltimore next week, so that is going to be in the back of their mind because they could lose this game as long as they beat Baltimore again next week. Then they got the division. If they lose this game and lose next week, then Baltimore is tied with you again now with strength of record and conference and all that. And I'm sure they don't want to. Sure they don't want no parts of that. I'm sure they don't want no parts of that. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay, road favorites giving 2.5 to the Seahawks. I know Green Bay just lost. Seahawks, to my knowledge, I think they only got one victory at home so far this season. We're gonna check right now. 1, 2, 3. All right. So they got 1, 2, 3 games at home. They got this game and the Vikings next week at home, and then 2 on the road. So they haven't been winning at home. Green Bay is a tough opponent. I like Jordan Love. Trying to talk myself off the Packers. You know what I'm saying? With that 2.5, they're not really respecting Seahawks. Let me do this real quick. I know their games be close, but this is in real time. We didn't really get a chance to study like that much. Let me do this. Last 5 matches, Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers. See how their last little history has been. Seattle, Green Bay won. Green Bay won the last 2. Seahawks won. Green Bay won. Green Bay won. At Seahawks too. Oh, they lost. I'm gonna go with Seahawks to win at home. I think they need to win. I know. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, if they come in here and they beat Seattle. Seattle 12-man Sunday Night Football. They always have good games. Is it a catch? Is it not a catch? With Aaron Rodgers and shit, or was it the Seattle? Was it Russell Wilson and not DJ Metcalf, but the other wide receiver? I can't think of his name right now. Let's get this Monday Football, and then we get to the locks. Monday Night Football, we got Minnesota, who's 11-2 as well. I think they'll win, but I don't think they cover the spread against Chicago. Chicago getting 7. The second game, the Las Vegas Raiders getting 4. Atlanta, they home road favorites. Atlanta's just been looking bad. I think Atlanta win money line. I think the Raiders cover with that 4. I know I took a lot of the dogs this week. That's just how I see it playing out. Here we go with the locks. Let's get the theme music going before we give out the locks. There go the locks, y'all. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me.
Great fire. Rich famous.
Winner, chicken, then the money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one, popping his coupe all gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals.
Here go the locks, y'all. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me. The winner, chicken dinners. We going with Philly. We going with Buffalo. We going with New England. We going with Houston. We going with Cleveland. And we going with Dallas. Dallas, Cleveland, Houston, New England, Buffalo, and Philly. $100 on that, $48.41. Yeah, kid, that feeling. Let me know who you taking. Let me know who you like. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. Or drop a comment about anything we was talking about tonight. Y'all know who it is. This your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.